wrapping up week 6. Like, how is that? That is, no, yeah, we just wrapped up week 6. Yeah. So we're halfway through the first phase, a quarter way through the program. That's how fast it goes. That is like another 6 weeks and we'll be taking applications for season 5. So anyway, all right. So we have some week 7 coming up to week 7 weigh-ins. So let's go ahead and jump on the scales and see how you ladies did last week.
Felder, 233.8.
Kayla, 136.
Paula, 174.4.
Kristen Teeter, 292.3. 225.5. Okay, Melissa Hager, 216.
This is Janine, 198.
Jen Retro, 176.6.
Crystal, 117.8.
All right, we have some standings. After 6 full weeks, we have our standings for tonight. In first place, down 4.2 pounds last week, 31.9 pounds in the last 6 freaking weeks. Whatever, 9.83%. Kristen, she got a taste of first place last week and she's like, see you suckers. Ain't nobody gonna slow her down. Oh no. In second place, holding down that spot, down 0.4, 11 pounds total, 8.54%, Crystal. In third place, down 1.8 last week, 16.8 total, 8.13%, Jennifer Strickland. In fourth place, down 4 pounds last week. Our biggest percentage loser last week, 11.8 total, 7.98%. Kayla, you are nipping at Jennifer Strickland's heels. Like you're just right behind her. Don't look back, Jennifer. She's right there. In fifth place, down 0.9 last week, 14.8 pounds, 7.82%. Paula.
That damn Paula.
That dang Paula. In sixth place, down 1, 19.8%, 7.70. Aisha, you are right, like literally 0.1 percentage point behind Paula. In seventh place, down 2.4 pounds last week, 13.2 altogether, 6.25%. Janine, moving up, man. In eighth place, down 3.2 pounds last week, 11.2 total, 5.96%. Moving from 10th to 8th, Jen Ratchford. Moving on up. Listen, it's never what you do. Some of the time, it's what we do most of the time. All right, down 1.2 last week, 13.2 total, 5.52%. Ninth place, Miss Sarah. And in 10th place, up 3.6, down a total of 8.6, 3.82 loss, Melissa. In total, last week, you ladies lost 15.5 pounds and a grand total in 6 weeks of 156.2. 156.2 in the last 6 full weeks. So awesome job. Awesome job. So let's chat. Hi. Let's get into some stuff. So we are officially through the first half of the first phase. which means, so we're officially 6 weeks in, which means we are halfway through of phase 1, which also means that the honeymoon phase is over. Come on, y'all know the honeymoon phase, right? Like, we're so excited, we're going away. I can't wait to just spend time with you. What do you want to do, honey? I don't know. We can just lay around and snuggle all day. I'll listen to you breathe. They chew with their mouth open, and even then you're like, oh, he's so cute. He does it cuter than everybody else. Like, you remember those phases, those days, right? So in the very beginning, when you're first starting with anything, there is natural excitement that comes along. And excitement in the very beginning is enough to push you past some barriers, some obstacles, some I wannas or I don't wannas. The pure excitement in the beginning is it's exciting and it's powerful. But unfortunately, most people are addicted to the excitement of brand new things. And they spend their whole life chasing down brand new things just to get the excitement. What we have to do is we have to get to a place where we're not waiting on excitement to succeed. When we're not waiting on this, like, because think about it. Think about it. Are any of you is excited for tonight, is excited and nervous for tonight's call as you were for the very first one? So here's the deal. I understand that most of you guys, like in the very beginning, like we're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm in. I can't wait for the first call. Like, should I do my makeup? Should I not? Like, what should I wear? And then you have to ask yourself, how did I roll up in here tonight? What were my thoughts beforehand? What was the thing in here beforehand? Why? Because most people have to have that excitement they've trained themselves to seek the excitement, to seek the enthusiasm. And when it dies off, and by the way, it always eventually dies off. That natural excitement that happens in the beginning always eventually fades, always. And so what we have to do, and what the skill we have to learn, is how to become enthusiasm, excitement manufacturers. Because what does a manufacturing plant make? Think about that for a second. Like, a manufacturing plant makes stuff, right? So if there's like a brake manufacturing plant, they make brakes. If there's a bread manufacturing plant, they make bread. They don't sit around and wait for someone else to make the bread. No, they're the manufacturer. And if you're the manufacturer, they're actually in charge of how much bread they produce, right? Like, if I manufacture bread, I don't sit there and blame the neighbor factory because they're not making enough bread. No, if my manufacturing facility, if I'm not pumping out enough bread, if there's no bread, who's responsible? I'm responsible for the lack of bread. So it's the same thing. Right now, throughout this first 6 weeks, what happens every week? Well, what happens every week is we start up here. So here's our enthusiasm, okay? Just naturally, this is naturally over time. It doesn't make you less committed. It doesn't make you less of a person, but you have to recognize this about yourself. If we don't understand, this is an Achilles heel for almost every human on the planet. And most humans have no idea that they even fall into this cycle. And if you don't know it, you can't do nothing about it. So this doesn't make you bad because you're human. It's just knowing that, hey, this is human tendency. So we start up here. We're excited. We're nervous. We're like, yeah, this is the year. I'm going to be first place. I'm going to lose 40 pounds. I'm going to get back into my skinny jeans. I'm going to do, how many of you had some really big goals, some really exciting things? Anybody? The first week? Okay. Who in here stumbled? Anybody in here stumble? Anybody hit a brick wall at some point? Anybody have a brick wall show up in front of you? Okay. Anybody get in their own way? Anybody have some unexpected things slap you around in life? Yes, I know several of you. All right. So we've had life happen, as it always does. And so as life happens, we get what happens to our excitement meter? Life starts to happen and the excitement goes down. Then you get back in the Marco Polo group and it goes up a little bit. and then life happens again. Then we go down and then we get on like we did this morning and and then it goes down a little bit and then we have another meeting. But over time, what's going to happen is it's going to be trending. If you don't do anything about this, what's going to happen is you're going to start up here. By the end of the 12 weeks, you're going to be here. Okay. And we're going to be like, I just don't know what's going on. I'm just not as committed. This just isn't what I thought it was going to be. I'm too busy, life, that Carmen, she just doesn't understand. This is what happens versus realizing that excitement. When you have excitement, does it make the obstacles easier to get past? When we have excitement, it makes all the obstacles easier. But natural excitement doesn't stay there. So we've got to get good. We've got to become professionals. We've got to become experts at manufacturing excitement. And so my question for you guys is, are you treating yourself like who you're becoming, or are you still acting like the girl you were? Are you walking in who you're becoming, or are you still walking in the behavior that has kept you freaking stuck for how long? Because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. We can't throw the same crap against the wall and wonder why we're not getting change. We can't behave in the same way that led us to fluffy land and expect to get to skinny-licious. It ain't gonna happen. If we want to change, we've got to make a change. And we've got to get to a place where we're not freaking waiting on the excitement bugs to come bite us, where we become the manufacturer of the excitement. Even in the midst of turmoil, listen, oh my gosh. So when we mess up, because we're all gonna mess up. How do I know we're all gonna mess up? Anybody know how I know? How do I have this crystal ball that tells me we're all gonna mess up?
We're human.
You're human.
Ding, ding, ding. Because we're all have this thing called a flesh. And there's only one perfect person to ever walk this earth, and we're not him. So we're mess ups are in our future. But when you believe where you're going, when you believe it's just a drop in the bucket, you freaking pick up and you get going again, because you don't want to waste another moment on the mess up. But when we're wallowing, when we're beating ourselves up, when we're like, oh, what did I do? We're prolonging our destiny. We're prolonging our future. We're watering the crap. We're watering that. Listen, we're all gonna have moments of going through hell. When you go through hell, don't pitch a tent. Run. Don't stay there. We talked about in the very beginning, what is your vision for where you're going? And lots of times people will interchange your vision for why. And this week, you guys picked out some goal outfits, which was part of where you're going, like where you're going, okay? And so what I want to hear from you is, like, how was that picking those out? Like, what was that as you were going through and you were picking out those goal outfits and sending them in? And some of y'all, man, I was like, I gotta be honest, some of them I was like, wow, like, holy crapola. So what was it like? Just a couple sentences on what was it like, and your favorite one, and where you would wear it to.
Well, my main thoughts about when I was looking at clothes was picking out clothes where I'm not trying to hide in a tent. All of my clothes in my closet right now, with the exception of a few things, are tents, so that people don't look at me. They look around me so I can blend in. So what I was really looking for was sleek, sophisticated, chic clothing that actually showed that I have a body that can be looked at. All of those things, totally not used to any of that. The more I can put on, the better. But one of the outfits that really stuck out. And this is probably goes against like what a lot of other people had picked out. But one thing that I picked out was actually a scuba suit. Not because I'll wear it grocery shopping or anything like that. Well, maybe I will, but no. But right now, that's not even a possibility for me. I physically am not at that point yet, but I can't wait until I'm at that point where I can wear that scuba suit and go and do the adventures that I've been dreaming about all these years, that I'm busting through these obstacles that I've allowed to accumulate around me.
Okay, so this was actually a really fun project. It's funny because after I took a look at everything that I had it narrowed down to like 20, and then you're like, no, narrow it down more. I'm like, yeah, I get it. I realized that there is an inner Black girl in me with a big old dump truck booty, because every single outfit that I picked is exactly that. And I love it. I love it. I'm clearly very attracted to a little tiny waist with a nice round shaped. Well, and it's funny because I talked to my husband about this and he's like, yeah, I like that a lot. I was like, okay. But I would say the one I am most excited to wear is gonna be the hot pink outfit that I sent. And I think just because I've never been able to wear something like that, there's even a little tiny bit of belly showing. There's some sheer parts of the shirt and the pants that are like all sparkly and glitzy. It's just a super hot, awesome outfit. And I can't imagine, walk around in it. Like, it would just be amazing. And it was fun picturing myself in these things. I mean, most of this stuff I would want to wear on stage, but I would love to throw these things on just for a date or a girls' night. That would be incredible. But I'm stepping up my squat game for sure. That's what it taught me too. I'm stepping up my squat game.
Okay, yeah, I had fun with this project too. I normally don't like shopping. Like, I have this big thing about, I don't want to go into the store. I don't want to try things on because I'll be totally depressed afterwards. And Chris knows this. She's been shopping with me. And she came for moral support because I had to get a gala dress. And I was like, yeah. So it's just very stressful for me, but shopping online and picturing myself in these outfits was really fun. So, I went and searched for like tailored, classy outfits, and I got a couple of casual ones, a really smart like business one with really high heels, which is very unusual for me because I'm usually a flats girl. But and then the gala dress that I picked one out. I want to be able to wear something and not feel like I'm just like chunking out of it.
Okay, so this exercise was a little bit exciting for me and a little bit made me a little anxious because I said that my fashion sense could use some improving. So for myself, like at the end, Carmen's like, what are you going to do? What are you going to wear? So I paid off all my debt. So one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to hire someone who's going to tell me how I'm going to look the best in my little itty bitty body. And I just can't wait so that they can give me this great fashion sense. But the outfit that I like the best, Kristen, I'm not wearing to the grocery store either. Maybe I will, but I picked out like a bikini, but it's not a bikini. It has like the shorts that are kind of like, Carmen, can you tell what those kind of shorts are?
Yeah,
how do you describe
the boy shorts, the booty shorts?
Kind of like the boy shorts, but they're short. Like, they're not just like huge boy shorts.
Yeah,
so they're like
boy shorts.
They're very dainty. And I'm excited, and I'm not leaving this to chance. Every day that it's sunny in California, because that's why I got into the group. I said most of my weight was in my stomach. So my stomach has never seen sun in 45 years, 45. So every day that it's sunny, I get out on the lawn, the lounge chair. I'm not leaving this to chance. And I now have a tan to wear that bikini when I can buy it and fit into it. This is not an option. So that made me excited because I'm like, I already got the tan. I just need to get the rest of the weight off so I can get into the suit.
This was actually a little harder for me. I know the body type I like I always love Mary J. Blige and Venus Williams. So excuse me. The outfit that I love is she's in a bikini. And Tammy already makes me at boot camp, she makes me take a picture in my sports bra. So that's very, very, I mean, it's cool because it's, you know, but it's a lot of attention at boot camp when she makes me take off my shirt and we take pictures in our, but I think that that's the one outfit was that. And then there's another one on here that is just Mary J. Blige. She has these cool boots, these leggings, and a very, very nice like fitted top. And that's my style. Like I love some really cool, sexy boots and leggings. So excited about that because I can definitely see myself wearing all that. The bikini I can get into. So what I need to continue to do is keep doing my my 10-minute abs afterwards. That's what I have to continue doing so I can really wear this bikini.
I'm just going to think of the outfit that comes to me right now. So it's just a cute like tank top tucked in with cute jeans and some cute tennis shoes and like it was like a trench coat jacket. And I think of this because there's so many times, but my girlfriends and I do a girls trip once a year shopping, like an all day shopping trip. And there have been so many times that like I wanted to shop or I was uncomfortable in my clothes, but the next time we go on a girl shopping trip, I just want to be dressed really cute and comfortable. But also, a lot of times we go to Chicago and they have this caramel and cheddar cheese popcorn. And I even envision myself like eating my popcorn at go away, looking all cute and not feeling guilty about it. So, yeah.
I would have to say, I sent in a lot of different options. A lot of it was fun, comfy, casual. But then I wanted to also like, okay, date nights and things like that, as well as, you know, I've been up and down on the scale and I think workout clothes, what I would look like in workout clothes. But when I went on this journey, it was more of what do I really want? What do I really want to look like? You know what I mean? Like if image was no issue, what would that look like? And so, you know, looking for people who had somewhat of my body type, but then I'm a like drill it down kind of a girl. So then I was like, okay, but my lowest weight, this is the size I was in, and these were still my troubled areas. So obviously my goal weight that I currently had, has got to change. And so that's what it was. And so figuring out what my body fat content is going to be has been really highlighted through this exercise for me. But it was fun being like, okay, if I could pick anything, what would I want it to look like? And so I had fun. And then making sure I brought my husband into that section of this challenge because that motivates him, is, you know, there. So I would show him dresses and I'm like, what about this one? So the little black dress, he was like, I showed him one of the dresses and then I showed him a little black dress. He's like, yeah, that one.
So when I was doing it, I was like, my big goal was the flat tummy. Like every outfit I was picking, I'm like, okay, I got to stop hiding the tummy. And so the crop top, and I was like showing my husband or talking to him. I'm like, I don't know if I would wear this. I'm probably too old for crop top. He's like, no, you're not too old for crop top. He's like, and shorter would be okay. So that was kind of what I picked out. And then also I have the two things that I have kept for, well, gosh, one's 11 years now and one is 22 years. And my goal is to get back into both of those things. One of them it's an out of style leather skirt that I paid way too much money for, but it doesn't stretch at all. So if I can get back into that, I will be one happy girl, and I don't care that it's out of style. I will strut that in public.
You will bring it back in style.
I will, because I'm just like, just that, like, I've always kept it to get back there one day, and I probably haven't worn it in 20 years. So, yes.
All right. So most of mine were like skinny jeans with short boots and, you know, off the shoulder sweaters. Like that is, I love that. And so it's like 4 out of the 5 that I sent were basically that, like just different colors, right? But really, the one I really want to get into is it's just a basic white summer dress, just sleeveless. You know, it makes me think of the beach. It's just very plain, but I hate my arms, right? Like I've always hated these arms. And I do not wear sleeveless, and I want to wear sleeveless again without being paranoid, without feeling uncomfortable, without, you know, putting a shawl over, or, you know, something, you know, putting a jacket on because I'm feeling self-conscious. So that's really my goal, is to get down to where I can comfortably wear that little white, just summer dress, and really feel comfortable in my own skin doing it.
I love that. And I love seeing all of your guys' goal outfits. And listen, you know, that is how our vision grows. Doing exercises like that is what waters our vision, because literally you are transforming right now through this journey, through this season, through these weeks. It is about transitioning from who you were, the agreements you've made, the places that we've been, the places we've allowed ourselves to get, into this person that we've always wanted to be, or we've dreamed about, or we've thought about, and in some cases given up on. But your vision, and some people say vision, some people say why, it's where you're going. And it's the ability to see where you're going. Because if you can't see it, it's not a vision. If you can't see it, it's a hope. It's a hope. And there's a difference between a vision of where you're going and a hope. A vision is something you can see in your brain. You can taste it, you can feel it, you can smell it, but yet it doesn't exist. And it takes faith to have a vision. It takes faith to be able to see in your mind what the eyes can't see. But what I will tell you is every person that succeeds has a great level of vision. They can see themselves winning. Because that's what it is. It's winning at life. If you want to have a good marriage, you better see yourself winning in marriage. You better be able to see yourself 90 years old, chasing your spouse around the house naked, enjoying time together, traveling together, talking together. You better be able to see it if you want it to happen. Because if you can't see it in here, it won't happen. I see in my brain my family living on a 100-acre compound, raising kids that I would actually want to befriend if I didn't know them. That's my personal goal. Not to befriend them as their mom because I love them, but raising humans of such caliber that I would want to hang out with them if I didn't even know them. I can see that. I can see our whole family around the table. I can see having to get a second table because, you know, one kid wants 5 kids, one wants 4, and the other 2 are saying the little one wants 5. That's 14. I can see our whole family. We can see the 14 and the spouses. We talk about what camping is going to be like. Our whole family can see the future of what it's going to be like. My kids tell me all the time, Mom, we're going to need a bigger dining room. I know, working on it. Why? Because our whole family can see it. My son's going to a tournament this weekend for martial arts in Tennessee. Son, when you think about this weekend, what do you see? He sees himself standing on a podium with a gold medal around his neck. You will never, but there's some people that'll say, well, Carmen, what if he doesn't win gold? What if he does? And if he doesn't, as long as he gives it his best shot, I'm going to be proud of him. We're going to look at what he did and we're going to prepare for the next one. Listen, you don't set lesser goals because you might not hit them. You don't not see what you want because what if it doesn't happen? If it doesn't happen, it just means it didn't happen yet. If my son doesn't get a medal, it just means that that loss prepared him for the next tournament, for the next fight, for the next battle. That loss doesn't make him a loser. It makes him more prepared for the next one. Anyone heard the name Buster Douglas? Aisha, I knew somebody had to. So Buster Douglas was a boxer, okay? He was a fighter. And back in he fought Mike Tyson in the 90s when Mike Tyson was considered the best pound for pound fighter on the planet. Mike Tyson had not lost a fight in 3 years. So Buster Douglas gets in his training camp. He's training to fight Iron Mike. I'm gonna get in the ring with Iron Mike. He was a 42-1 underdog. People counted him out. No way he's gonna win. Mike Tyson's too good. Why are you even taking that fight? How many of you guys have people in your lives that have counted you out? Anybody? How many of you guys have people in your lives that have counted you down? Why are you doing this? Why are you trying? Why are you even going for that? The first 9 rounds of that fight went exactly like everybody thought it was going to. In fact, the 9th round, Buster Douglas got knocked out by Mike Tyson. I want you to imagine, it's almost the end of the round. Tyson comes in with those, Buster Douglas goes down. Here comes the count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, the round ends. Buster Douglas, saved literally by the bell, gets up, wobbles back to his corner. Of course, Iron Mike's like, yeah, I got this guy on the ropes. He's done. I just got to bring it home. Anybody ever had you on the ropes? Any situation ever had, anything ever had you on the ropes where you were looking a little shaky? You were looking like you couldn't do it. You were looking like, why even go another round? 10th round starts. Buster Douglas knocked Mike Tyson out for the first time in his entire career. People couldn't believe it. To this day, it is one of the biggest upsets in sports history. After the fight, they said, Buster, oh my gosh, you beat Iron Mike, what the heck? He said, weeks ago, my mom told the whole world I was gonna beat Mike Tyson. She died just a couple days before the fight. And I could have either died with my mom and not done this fight, or I could use it as the reason for the fight. Buster Douglas's why was bigger than Tyson's punch. His why, his vision for what he was doing was bigger than the grandiose, unbeatable Mike Tyson. 42-1 underdog. Nobody thought that guy was gonna win. But for that moment, he did. What is your why? What is your vision? Because if you don't know where you're going, and if you don't know what your vision is, you will get knocked down and you will get knocked out every single day. But when you know where you're going, you know why you're going there, you know who you're going with, you now have a reason to fight. See, in that 9th round, Buster Douglas decided to fight back instead of give up. It is your time to start fighting back. To fight back against the quitting, to fight back against the opposition, to fight back against other people's judgments and opinions, to fight back against this fight or flee or leave or quit when the going gets tough, to fight back against those past failures, to fight back against anybody or anything that has counted you down or out, including yourself. Because if you won't fight for you,